Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is CarmaLIVE, and in this video I'm going to teach you some TikTok tips primarily for you VTubers, but anyone can follow these tips anyways. I understand how hard it can be to make TikToks because you might not know where to start, or you've tried making TikToks but the algorithm told you to basically screw off. But in this tutorial, I can teach you some helpful tips that helped me along the way. There is a small disclaimer, but please keep in mind that I'm still learning TikTok myself and might not be as accurate when it comes to making TikToks, but I hope that these tips can still help. Okay, let's get started. So we're in our OBS scene, and you might be wondering, well, why are we in our OBS scene? Well, the recommended tip for TikTok, like when it comes to making TikToks as a VTuber, is that you use OBS with your VTuber model. I would show you real quick, well, I can show you real quick what mine looks like, but before we do that, I would like to say that make sure you go to your settings, and then after going to your settings, I have to wait for mine to pop up. So we're in our settings, okay? You want to go to video? I can't change mine right now because I'm recording. But for the base resolution and output resolution, you want to change that to 1080 by 1920. You don't want it at 1920 by 1080 because you'll basically get this, like a regular video, and that's not recommended for TikTok because on the algorithm, if you have a 1920 by 1080, like resolution, it will not show on a For You page. It is recommended to use 1080 by 1920. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But yes. So you've recorded your video on OBS, you did the resolution, made sure that you had everything set up, and if you want to know how to do like a more detailed on like how to set things up for OBS, I can post a link in the comments or in the description. But the next thing you want to do is editing. Hooray! Editing! So there is two different types of way you can make TikToks. One way is to like make TikToks by either doing like skits. I think that's what you call them. That's what I call them. Or you can edit clips from your channel. So for example, you don't see this. Let's do a new project. I will show you guys my example. So like for example, I highly recommend DaVinci Resolve. I don't know what version I'm using, but please use DaVinci Resolve. It is so helpful and it helps me a lot. But the thing that I'm getting at is you'll want to upload your video here, but make sure you go to project settings, and then it will automatically be at 1920 by 1080. Make sure to change that. Change that to 1080 by 1920, or it will be like a regular video and your resolution for the video will be screwed up. Like, I know you've already recorded in 1080 by 1920 in OBS, but you still want to make sure that it is set to that in DaVinci Resolve. So keep that in mind. Now, besides the resolution, let me talk about like the different like between skits and then not skits, so like clips. So here are the different examples. So like, let me go here. This was a good example of a skit, and then an example of like a clip being turned into a TikTok is this one. And I have another example. I've deleted some of them. So here's another example. Don't mind the resolution. So yeah, those are some good examples, and I can show you guys how to do that, okay? So you're gonna grab the clip that you just downloaded from TikTok, and you're gonna put it in here, so like this. And you're gonna click don't change because I don't recommend that. And you're gonna wanna add a second track. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna put another one right there. And you might be wondering, well, what are you doing? You'll see. I'm not helpful. But basically what you wanna do is go here. And like if you're showing the gameplay, basically you want to have the gameplay up on the top, and you want to try to make it where it's like very focused a lot. And then on the bottom, so like make sure you select the bottom one, have it focused on you, your VTuber model. So, and you can also make it where it does not show your VTuber model over here, like that. And yeah, that's perfect. This looks exactly like how I want it. And like, it looks like something you would see on like a TikTok feed as well. And you can also download apps as well where it automatically puts your face like right here, and then the gameplay is here. I don't know what the app is called, so if you guys know what the app is called, please put it in the comments section, because I really don't know. But that works as well. But I see a lot of VTubers on TikTok that have their face here and then gameplay here. But either one works. It could be up or down, you know. You get it. So the next thing you want to do, so for example, we're going to go here, we're going to go back to here, and then we're going to search text. No, not text. We're going to search, let's do like long title. Actually, I forgot to insert another track. Alright, we're gonna do custom text. You're gonna want to put that on top. And if you have any subtitles, for example, mine is gonna just be Titanic. I spelled Titanic wrong. Titanic Serenade. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. And then you can pretty much use whatever font you want to use. However, it is mostly expected to use like easy to read font. So like Open Sans is a good example. Fredoka 1 is a good example. And yeah, just make sure that it's easy to read for others, if that makes sense. And then another thing you want to do is make sure that your font is white, like the color white. And the next thing, I have to find where it is. So I was wrong. Do not use custom text in DaVinci Resolve. Actually use basic title, and then after you like set your title, so I'm just gonna type title now because I screwed up. So for Fredoka 1, we're gonna just do that. Next thing you want to do is add your stroke. Make sure your stroke is like black or something dark so you can make your text easy to see. And make sure it pops out too. Do not add too much stroke. Make sure it's like very little but also noticeable for the text. So like 5, for example, that's good. That is perfect. And make sure your text, for example, is in a good spot where it can be read, and it also does not block the gameplay. Make sure it's also not down here, because if it's down here, the description for the TikTok will block it out. I did not mean to do that. The description for the TikTok will block out your text there, so it's highly recommended to have your text here, or you could have it here, but I definitely recommend having it here. But don't have it too big, because your circle or your icon will be here, the like button will be here, the comment button will be here, and then the share button. So you have to make it small where it's like easy to read. And it's also recommended that you also add twitch.tv/your username in the top right corner, because everyone always most likely looks in the top left corner. In the top left corner. So you can add it there, but you don't really have to, because most people go to your socials anyways in the bio. At least that's the case for me. Not always the case though, because not everyone's gonna follow you on TikTok. So if you really want to do it, you can do that. Yeah, that's really all I have as far as tips. I do recommend that you watch more TikToks to get ideas, and it's okay to copy, just make it into your style. Like, don't copy like very heavily, and make sure you also like, if you do an inspiration of a TikTok, make sure you put in your comments inspired by that person's name. You can also do IB, so like people know that you were inspired by this TikToker, like this other VTuber. Pretty much most TikTokers, and this is a tip, you don't really have to be creative because mostly everyone does the same thing and it does get on the For You page. It is recommended to do trendy stuff. Use trendy audios, try to figure out what's trendy, and use that audio and try to make a skit of it. And if you want a tutorial, like how to separately do, you know, like something that is not like a clip tutorial, then I can totally do that for you. But for now, I'm just gonna do the tutorial one for the clips. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and comment and check out my other socials in the description. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!